Welcome, everyone.
Welcome back
to Sisters
InSani-Tea, the podcast.
Episode 5.
Today we're discussing our favorite thing, one of our very favorite events that we have locally to us, which is Mystic Fest. Mystic Fest is like a really cool, wide-ranged, vendor-based sort of like craft fair sort of situation, and it's put on by the Next Millennium, which is one of our
favorite shops ever,
and our favorite local places. And they have raiders, they have all kinds of goods and crystals. Lots of crystals. I cannot tell you how many crystals I have purchased.
Pretty much every crystal, actually.
From Mystic Fest.
Yes, every crystal that we've shown you in any other video in the past has either come from Next Millennium or Mystic Fest. So, go check them out. If you're not in our town, you can check out magicalomaha.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is
and they're also on
website.
Facebook.
Yeah, and Facebook.
Yeah. And TikTok.
But you can buy from their website.
Yeah, you can. They have a really good range of goods. For sure.
So we wanted to have a Mystic Fest booth this spring. But we have to fill out tax IDs and stuff, and taxes scare me. That's why I have other people do my taxes.
Yeah, I'm not very well read on that sort of thing, so I think it was good that we held back this time.
Yeah.
But we did get the chance to kind of see it from the vendor side a little bit this past Mystic Fest.
We did. And a little of last.
The lovely people at Next Millennium asked us to help with their booth that weekend because they were a bit short-staffed on their usual people.
Yes.
So we were there all day on Saturday and part of the day on Sunday.
So thank you, Charlie and Laura, for inviting us.
And for trusting us.
Last year we should go into last year before we go into this year, technically.
Yeah, true.
Also, be careful, because anything you make noise down there is going to reverberate up there.
My apologies for that.
I've been fiddling with it, too, so I was like, oh, shit.
I put my feet there because there's like nowhere else to put my damn feet. Anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, sorry, side tangent.
Sorry, tangent.
Any hoozles. So, we went to Mystic Fest fall of 2022. And it was 2023.
Yeah, it would have been 2023.
2023, sorry.
I don't think they had shut down for a while for COVID.
Yeah,
if you recall. And then at one point they reopened and were like, please wear masks, etc., which we were cool with, just to have Mystic Fest back, right? So this would have been after things kind of got much better over here.
2020, end of 2023.
And we went, because we always do.
Every year we go. There's twice a year, spring and fall.
And we either go one day or both days, just kind of depending on, like, the plans, because, of course, we want to make sure
and our
that
energy levels.
Our other friends that, don't come on the podcast are also able to go.
Yeah.
We tend to go as a group. But usually it's the two of us.
Yeah, and that time it actually was just the two of us.
It was.
Just two of us. You and I. You and I were actually separated.
Yeah.
I like to... Mystic Fest, I want to say, is the only place, that and Next Millennium, that I can just go and just be away from her. And I don't need, like...
the anchoring of energy that we do for each other.
Yeah, because I have really bad social anxiety, which is...
I do too, but...
I'm
better with places like Mystic Fest because I'm used to it.
Yeah, and I've pretty much gotten that under control anyway, but it's nice to have an anchor because you still get that all out of focus feeling and it's not fun.
It's a little fuzzy.
Yeah. So we were separated. I was stopping by my other favorite shop, which I only ever see there in Mystic Fest, and they're in the back corner. Which one? I don't remember the name, but they have the glass cases.
Oh, yeah.
That's the same place where I got my double pointed rose quartz that you love so much.
Oh, yeah, I love that damn thing.
And her husband also used to work for the post office. So.
Oh, so fun.
Yeah. So I was over there. You were somewhere, probably looking at clothes and jewelry.
I was looking at everything. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Whatever came across my vision, I was like, shiny, shiny. Oh, that's even shinier.
Yeah.
That's That's my brain.
It's like, I want that. Oh shit, that's expensive. But although Mystic Fest usually has pretty generally good prices. Anyway,
oh yeah, very good. I
getting
think
off
that
of
they're
us.
priced to move for sure.
Yeah, I'm getting on Science Magic again, but it's okay. So I decided to circle back around the next millennium and do my second pass. Which usually we do 2 to 4 we usually do about 4 or 5 passes before we leave.
Or make any decisions to buy stuff.
Yeah, you always gotta make that first pass.
You gotta take a look, see at what's there, and be like, oh, priorities.
Yep. If you're there when I'm done, I will buy you. That's why I bought that Labradorite heart at the end of Mystic Fest this year, because it's still there. I guess it's for me.
Right.
But yeah, so I walked past the Mystic booth, and I had passed the Mystic booth, and I was going into like Wayne's area and all the other card and palm readers area, and then I for some reason I turn around and I see Charlie advancing on me, and I'm like, oh hey Charlie, what's up? And he goes, hey listen, the people at the shop, one of the guys got sick and they had to go home, and we need to send one of our booth workers to the shop to maintain it. Would you be willing to help us run our booth? And I said, absolutely. So I was running the booth. I was waiting for Allie to come around just to surprise the heck out of me.
Laura had to come find me.
Yeah, she took forever. It was
it's because
minutes.
like I was like
she?
booping around everywhere, and then finally Laura finds me and goes, Allie, darling, dearest,
I need you.
I need help. And I shouldn't actually say something like that, but like she looked like she needed help.
And she's like our sister from another mister. So
yeah, she's like,
we love you,
we
Laura.
love her. We love her so much. Laura's amazing. Yeah. She's the sweetest. So she goes, she told me exactly what Charlie told you, and then she goes, would you, I think Charlie went to go find Maggie. I was going to find her. If I saw her, I was going to ask, but would you be willing to come help? And I was just like, bet.
Anything for you, sister.
Of course, duh.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I would not leave you in the lurch like that.
I was a little scared, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm bad with math. Like, I can do basic, but under pressure, I'm like, fuck. So I was like, do I gotta do transactions? And she was like, no, you just watch the tarot card section and
you talk to people.
Make sure no one steals shit.
Right.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and we hung out until, the end of the day?
Yeah.
And just kind of, helped wherever we could.
Yeah. We didn't help them tear down, but they were like, you can go home now. We're like, okay.
It's like, we appreciate your help. Of course.
And they gave us a gift card for later. It was really nice for store credit, so.
Yeah.
They're really sweet. It was a fun experience. After a while, I warmed up quite nicely.
Yeah, yeah. And so when they asked us for this year, which they did previous to the actual Mystic Fest. It was not on the day.
Yeah,
it was weeks beforehand.
It was like a month or so.
Yeah,
it seems like.
And Laura sent us a text message asking if we would like to properly work that weekend, and I was just like, "I'm in. Are you in? We're both in."
Like, you got it. Anything for you.
This time though, we had to do the transactions, but that there was a whole setup for that I'm not going to go into because I think that's
personal.
Yeah, I don't think that's something that we technically need to go into, but it was definitely really cool this time because we actually got to
do the transactions.
We got to see how it was like to actually
do
stuff
finish.
like set up, tear down.
Yeah.
And I think what was even more fun was we came back the next day, about 3:00, 3:30, something like that until the end of the time.
Yeah, it was only 2 hours. It's 3 to 5 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
I was on door duty.
And then we helped to pack stuff up, tear down, put stuff in the van so that they could take it back to the store.
Tear down was a unique experience.
It was.
It was already pretty much set up before we got there, but we definitely helped tear down.
Yeah. And there is definitely a huge difference between, the area that Mystic Fest is set up in, which is a conference space, a big conference space. Very, very big, actually bigger than last time because they had it in a different bay of the same building.
Yeah. They were having a wedding in the old room, apparently.
Yeah, that and there was wrestling later.
Yeah.
On Sunday, I believe.
But that was in the main arena.
Yeah. But it was definitely a really cool experience for us because we got to see like how they packed stuff, how they put it in the back van. You know, we also got to see how much difference there is between everything set up, everything is all whole bay is absolutely gorgeous to, you know, and full of glittery things and lots of people to like, oh,
Desolate.
empty tables, desolate. You know, they're starting to fold up the tables.
Gotta find the boxes for all the statues.
Like, let's match this up, shall we? Where'd this go?
Where'd that box go? That got sold.
That was probably one of the most fiddly parts of packing up. But, it makes sense that it would be something that you would have to do, obviously.
But I think they had it a lot easier because they're like, oh, this box goes to this statue. We were like, what box can we put these crystals in? They don't go anywhere. Yeah, I can do that too.
Yeah.
So that was it was
we
a
have
lot
a pile
of
of fidget toys to play with while we talk.
Fidget toys now and for the ASMR later. But yeah, it was a big experience. A lot of interesting people we met. I'll say that. So I'm blanking. Oh, for the first time when we were there for only like 2 hours at the end. In 2022. I also watched Wayne's booth when he went to go eat, and I got him 2 clients. They're like, are you guys open? I'm like, no, he's on lunch, but you can put your name down and he'll get to you when he gets back. So he got back and I got him 2 new clients.
We love that.
Yeah.
You know, driving some appointments and sales and stuff like that is really fun.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite things that we saw this year, and you're going to have to show off yours, was the Hoovian booth.
Oh, we're going to bring that up. Yeah. Hoovian booth was fun. All right, give me a second.
So, just to give you an idea, the lady who had this set up,
I gotta remember to do that.
She is actually one of the reasons that Gallifreyan exists. And if you don't know what Gallifreyan is, that's the language of Time Lords in Doctor Who. And if you are a Whovian, you'll have seen those, like, you know, the circular types of writing that looks really kind of weirdish. But that is Gallifreyan, and so her whole booth is just full of stuff like this, where it's all sayings and artwork that has to do with Gallifreyan itself. Although I gotta say that this one is my favorite because, colorful language.
Warning. The
Colorful language.
The next 5 minutes are gonna have colorful language in it. Warning.
just so you know, I have no problem with saying any of this stuff. Obviously as a cussing cusser. But I just want you to know, that we have
the key for it.
Yeah, we have the key for it in the back. and like, so this front one here says, spicy cum juice twat flinger.
This is basically the insults for Gallifreyan.
Yeah, we have, I am a goddamned artist, may you kindly eat my ass and go fornicate with a hamster. And I can be expressive as fuck, using some very colorful language. Full of bad shit, good bull. I guess that means bullshit, but like,
yeah.
Tits ass, tits ass, tits ass, tits ass, tits ass, tits ass. Rainbow cunt magic. We have suck my great big floppy donkey dick horse cock, equine genitalia, fuck me, insatiable thirsty bitch. You're welcome. You're very welcome.
You may come back now.
Welcome back now, you hear?
Oh my god.
But like, we saw
about that.
And she was talking about how she created it, and then she created it with someone else as well, and then eventually it just ended up in the show.
Yeah. It made it to pass notes in school, which I think is really neat.
I think that's really funny to me, because like, and it really works for Gallifreyan, though. It really does.
Yeah.
And she has it, and I don't remember how she exactly does it, but she was sort of explaining how she came up with it to us, and I was like, and I was actually really happy that we ran into her before Mystic Fest started that Saturday, because, like, we got to hear some things I don't know if a lot of people might have gotten to hear. Plus, they had just whole booklets. She had booklets full of different designs.
I'm trying to find that one text.
Which one?
That I sent that picture. There she is. Okay, so while I was fishing out the Gallifreyan, I found this, which I got for free at a booth. Trying to get it so you don't see the glare. It's fan art, so you see if you can see a bunch of things in there if it stops getting the glare. So see how many things you can see in that picture. It's all you might have to pause the video, but it's all the Never-Ending Story. So I got this for free because our dear sister Laura came around and said, "Oh my gosh, that booth on the corner." But she had seen this cute little mushroom hat, and she was like, "I love this mushroom hat. It's so cute, but I don't want to spend that much money on it." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I get you." And she walks off, and I go, "Allie, can you watch my spot for a second?" She's like, "Sure." And I walk over.
I knew what she was gonna do.
I checked that. I searched a mushroom hat. Oh,
That's the one.
and I was like, "Oh my god, that would look so cute on her. I've got to." So I bought it.
I think my favorite thing was her face when you gave it to her because, oh my god.
And I told her, I told the shop owner, I said, I'm buying this for Laura. And she goes, "Oh my god, you're such a sweetie." She's been like eyeballing that all day. And she says, since you're buying that as a gift for her, I'm going to give you that photo for free. So that's how I got that photo for free.
Cute.
But I am going to show them the picture of Laura and Charlie.
How cute! I love this picture.
This is Charlie, who's the owner of Next Millennium, and Laura, who is our siesta, wearing her very pretty hat. And it's gotta be glary. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get it not glary. I'll zoom in on the cute little hat.
She looks so cute in that hat.
So
oh
cute.
my! I mean, she's cute regardless.
She's cute regardless. Yeah.
She's
So
a
shout
cutie
out to
patootie. We
Laura
love her.
and Charlie. Yeah, that just reminded me of that. So thanks for making me go get that. Oh, we have so much fun at Mystic Fest. No matter whether we're working there or not, we are supposed to be. I think Laura said that she's going to ask us to work at the fall one as well. So come check us out if we are there. I would love to. It's a lot of fun. We did get paid for this session as well. But honestly, it's just a fun experience.
For us, it was definitely a fun experience, and that's actually where we got sight of that Gjallarhorn Oracle deck.
Yes, that's where we saw
it was
that
at
deck.
the Mystic. It was at Next Millennium's booth.
Yeah.
And I was like, that might have to be our next deck.
Yep, and I was like, if it's here tomorrow, I'm buying it. And then I wasn't there. I'm like, fuck.
And then I went and I bought it. And then I brought it over here to show her. And then she's like, yeah, I'm buying it.
Yep.
And then the next time we went to Next Millennium, she did.
Yep.
Because honestly, like, y'all have probably seen us use the Runic Tarot deck. The Gjallarhorn is an Oracle deck, and it actually works really well with the Runic Tarot deck. But it also works amazingly on its own, so I don't have mine with me today, unfortunately.
I do.
But, like, it is really gorgeous with, like, its dark backing and the kind of gold foil look that it has going for. It's so pretty.
You want to show them some of the cards?
I think I'm going to bring out... Hang on. So, first of all, I love the guidebook a lot. It is genuinely pretty.
We're very shiny, pretty.
Oh, shiny, pretty. But just to show y'all, I have this all in the wrong order too, unfortunately. Why is this in the wrong order?
It's mine.
Oh, I'm dumb. I'm an idiot. I was trying to section it off into the sections that it has.
I don't do that. I just shuffle it all as it goes.
Right. So it has a section with your runes. So, for example, that's Manas. You also have...
our favorites on top.
Yeah. And then it has... They were calling them sigils. But like the Valkanet. There.
What I have on my necklace.
It also has the Helm of All, which is on my necklace. But the other, and honestly, my very favorite, there she is. There he is.
Yes.
And then we have a section for the gods, and this is Fenrir, son of Loki. Genuinely, this deck has one of the the best confirming energy on the planet for me.
Yeah.
Because I did a tandem reading recently with Runic and Gjallarhorn. And the Runic was like, let me tell you a million stories of what you should be doing. But I wasn't getting the energy properly from it. And then I pulled 3 cards from here and it said, let me whack you in the face with the actuality of what you need to be doing.
And I did a tarot card reading with this deck and with the other deck. And they're both like, you're going on a journey. You're going on a journey. I'm like, okay. It wasn't me. It was someone who asked me to do a tarot reading. I will do tarot readings if you want me to.
You're going on a trip on your favorite card trip.
Yes. Any hoozles. Also, shout out to Alan from work who was watching the videos now.
Hi.
And we had a commenter on the second to the last video. Our last video was a live stream we did last night. The second to the last video, we got a comment from Connor D, which I'm pretty sure is our Connor.
It's probably our Connor, but we don't know for sure.
We're not Hundy. So thank you guys for watching.
We appreciate that very much.
We also appreciate anyone who can get through an hour of podcast, because I know that's kind of rough sometimes. But, you don't have to watch. You can put us on while you're doing other things and listening.
Yep.
Because
that's really what this is. It's a chatter. It's a chatty chatter.
That's what Tony does. So hi, Tony. I'm playing with the 2x2. You are making a...
Sorry.
Sorry,
I'm
guys.
trying to move my feet so they're not, doing that anymore.
I know it's pretty cramped space. Sorry.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But, she's got her little Rubik's Cube.
2x2.
And I have this is a Nido Diamond Squishy Squish. And it's very, very, the texture is a little, but, I don't mind it. But, it's really good because you squish, and then it automatically goes back to its diamond shape. You can knead it, you can pull it, you can do anything you want to this thing, and it will still go back. Automatically. Have fun.
This is actually really fun. I thought I wasn't going to like it, but it is nice.
We might have to get you one now.
You might have to wear it in for me. I don't like the sticky feelings.
But that's just the starter feeling, I think. I think that's just how it feels brand new. And then this is the other thing that I got. And I've seen this called a fidget worm before, but also a fidget waffle. It kind of looks like a waffle. But you really can't do as much with it, but it does bounce if you do it right. It does bounce.
God, sorry guys.
Sorry for this. Not very well. But it also has a nice sound.
So that's going to be in our ASMR session.
Yeah, it has a nice texture and a nice sound. Did I break your brain?
Yeah. Mystic Fest. More things
Mystic
that we
Fest,
like
more
about
Mystic
Mystic Fest. I do have footage from Mystic Fest, but I don't think I'm going to use it because it has a bunch of kids in it and YouTube doesn't like that.
And also it's just nice to not put them on the internet.
Yeah, but I will show you this video coming up next that is a preview of what the booth was going to look like at setup, although take a note that one of the tables was covered with a cloth at the time that had all the jewelry on it. So there was a whole other table that wasn't shown. So it's 3 tables.
Yeah.
Give me a sec.
It was
We're
pretty
not
big.
answering. Fuck off.
The phone's ringing.
Yeah. We made that joke last time.
This is why I don't have a landline.
Yeah.
I just have my cell phone because I can keep that on silent should I wish.
I just randomly got one.
Nice.
I don't know how, but I can never finish this. I had Kevin help me finish this once. Anyways, I just like it for fiddling.
Yeah. And I like these tangles a lot just because they're, and especially the ones that have that kind of rubbery texture. It has little bumps on it, which is really nice sensorially. And it's just nice, and it helps me think and process. So, I do think that eventually I do want to do a booth at Mystic Fest. Like we were talking about doing.
I would too, but I don't want to deal with the taxes.
But I think what I want to do first is all the research we can. We have to, let's compile all the research that we can. I know we have a doc somewhere where we were starting that. Like, to do, like, research about that whole situation. The tax situation.
Yeah.
I don't really want to deal with that, but at the same time, like, I would really like to have that as an option sometime.
Yeah.
Like, because...
It's like, why can't we just give out free tarot readings? It's because all the other booths would be like, they're giving out free tarot readings. They're taking away from my business, which I understand. But it's like, I'm doing it for the experience and the fun.
Yeah, and it's like, I really don't care much about earning money. It's more about, like, connecting with people for me.
Yeah.
But, like, at the same time, like, if I can just get my butt in gear and do the things that I want to do with my apothecary and, like, my herbalism stuff.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I have all kinds of books I could probably sell secondhand.
That's true. Technically, if we're going to be doing apothecary stuff, you could do the tax ID for that. Wouldn't that count?
Probably would.
Because you would have to have a name, and it would just be under that name. But then you have to sell apothecary stuff there, too.
Well, yeah, and I would have to make sure that I had the stock.
Yeah.
And that can be a bit costly to do.
Yeah.
Because I would need components and, you know, like, bottles and labels and a logo.
Dollar Tree has some really good bottles.
Yeah, I know. I would just want to make sure that I'm starting with
a good stock, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to talk about some... I'm sorry, I'm yelling this entire time. You want to talk about some people that we saw at Mystic Fest without being too descriptive?
Well, I know I saw some people that I went to school with.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
There were a couple people that I went to school with who were there who just kind of ignored me because I was not a popular chick in school, and that's fine. But I think it's funny that some of the same people who teased me for being a witch back in school were at Mystic Fest.
What the fuck? Wah, wah.
Womp womp.
How does that work, man? How does that work?
And I also think it's funny because some years back at a different Mystic Fest, I ran into someone that I used to go to high school with who I lent a book that she never returned. Not only did she never return, it's an out-of-print rare find. And I told her this and I said I wanted it back. So, hey, if you somehow find this, please give me my book back. It's old. It cost me $60 to buy that book because it's old and out of print and rare. I would like it back, please. Thank you. Also, someone else borrowed another one. You remember that Herbal Rituals book that I had to buy a second one off Charlie?
Yeah.
Because my mother found it. Oh, God. And gave it to me. And someone else borrowed that one at a Mystic Fest and also never returned it. Good times. Good times. I'm never lending a book out again unless it's to someone who I really trust.
Right. You don't gotta worry about that with me because I don't read books.
You listen to them.
I listen to them. I have an extensive Audible library. Right. I don't have the patience to read books.
Yeah, and you know what, that's okay. But, like, for me, it's, like, books constantly. Yes, me, books everywhere.
I used to. I read the Harry Potter series when I was at school. Like, just for fun.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm like, meh. I guess school kind of dragged all the book reading out. When you make it mandatory, it's no fun anymore.
Yeah, and see, that's the problem that I had, is all I wanted to do in school was read. And my teachers were like, you have to do other things too than just read, and I'm just like, no, I don't.
Oh, no.
Leave me alone to read To Kill a Mockingbird, please. You wanted me to read this for assignments, let me soak it in so I can do it right.
If you ever watch, I'm going to do a shout out to a YouTube channel, but if you ever watch Mike Burnfire Campfire Stories, go recommend them if you like military stories. But he was saying spoiler, but he was saying the same. Zach was saying the same thing. I don't know if it was Mike or Zach, but they were saying that they were in the Bahamas or something, and their parents and sister was like, "Well, we're gonna go snorkeling and all this stuff. You should come with us." And he's reading a book. It's like, I'm reading a book under a coconut tree, under a palm tree in December. This is the best time of my life. The only way to make it better is if I finished the book and a coconut fell out of the tree and landed on my head and killed me. I never had to go back to school. I was just like, wow. So don't copyright strike us, Mac. Don't copyright strike us, Mac. I love your videos. I watch your playlist like every week just for the fun of it. Those campfire stories, perfect.
And personally, like, you know me and my creepypasta stories, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember who read it initially, but there was one about the stairs in the woods that really got my attention. And it's like random hikers finding, like, fragmented stairs, like staircases.
Well, it hits close to home with the Hummel Park.
Right, but the difference there is that that's a staircase that they put in there for the park.
Oh.
These are stairs from buildings that should not be in a park, especially not like a national forest that doesn't have any buildings in it at all.
Interesting.
A national forest that people are set to disappear in quite a lot.
Oh, God.
Haunted. Lots of creepy crap out of those forest stories.
But I think Mike and Zach, from Mike Barnfire Campfire Stories, reminds me a whole lot of Civ Ryan and Bay Area Bugs.
Oh, really?
The way they just ping off of each other and make each other laugh and all the shit to say, mannerisms, just like the exact same as those two. And I'm just like, yeah, these guys are funny. Both of those channels are good. Bay Area Bugs, check them out. And Civ Ryan.
I like how we were talking about Bay Area Bugs, which is a GTA-based channel.
Yeah.
And we're talking about Mystic Festus.
Sorry. We got off side tangents.
I mean, to be honest with you, it's very easy for us to get off on tangents like that. Especially because, like, I was, like, not too long before I headed out here, I hopped on GTA to play a little bit. And, like, I love GTA. I'm gonna be honest with you, like, you see me on this channel, I'm pretty calm, I'm pretty nice, but, like, I have times when I need anger management. And GTA is really good for anger management, especially for me because, like, I have a violent spirit, but I don't like to unleash it in real life. That's why I use GTA.
No, yeah, GTA, Call of Duty, whatever you want to play. Yeah. I think it just gets good for getting the anger out.
Yeah. Although it's especially for me because partially it's like I'll be in an absolute rage, just absolutely like plowing through the cops on GTA because I go after the cops because I'm mad at the cops in real life.
I know this is worth saying. We don't have a whole lot to talk about. I mean, like, we're trying to pull things out of our experience. It's been a good few months since Mystic Fest, so I did want to make this podcast about Mystic Fest, but we're going to go on a few side tangents, so just go along for the ride. What was the last thing you said? You need to remind me again.
Okay, so...
GTA?
Yeah.
COD. I was talking about GTA and COD.
Right.
And, the anger. Yeah. I think I'm going to be in one of those angry old womans that'll, get off my lawn, you young whippersnapper. I get so pissed off nowadays.
Oh my god, me too, though.
I don't know why. It's stupidest things. Like, I could be, like listening to something and someone interrupts me, and I'm just like, Wah! And I'm like,
I think my tolerance for bullshit has gone so far down and, like, I am sorry to get off on this type of tangent, but the world that we live in right now is so full of bullshit and people doing bullshit and being complete, pardon my French, cunsicles to each other.
Warning.
I am not okay right now with this.
If you're listening to us, then you know we cuss anyway, so it's not...
Yeah. But
that was funny.
Cunsicles.
Rainbow cunsicles? What was that one that...
I don't remember.
The TARDIS was rainbow.
You have it over there. So. But, like, she... like, I see people being nasty to each other.
Rainbow cunt magic. That's what it was. Yeah, I know.
And it's like, personally, like, I am coming from a point where I have dealt with a lot of trauma. I have dealt with that trauma in therapy. I'm still dealing with that trauma in therapy, but it's much less profound for me now. Now it's getting back to, like, a normalcy that, like, I don't know what normal is for me. My main normal is coming over here every week and hanging out with my boyfriend at home, right?
Yeah.
And hanging out with cats all the time. But, like, I have finally gotten to a point where I have realized that the thing that we are lacking as a human species right now is common understanding and love. Okay? Because we are so individualistic right now that we don't think about the entirety of humanity needing stuff, right? Like, we don't take care of our veterans, we don't take care of kids, we don't take care of the pregnant people, we don't take care of women in general because they, rights are being taken away left, right, and center. Healthcare is a shit show. Like, just in general, like, and I'm not talking about this country, I'm talking about the world. Like, there are sections of the world that have it better than we do. Why? Why can't we just, give up this whole idea that we need to be based on a corporation society and start caring about each other as human beings? Because I'm seeing a lot of people hating other people for zero reason. Stop it, people. Like I used to say on RNC, on the server I used to work on.
Ranch and Craft.
I used to leave the server in game and say, hey, be good to each other. That was something I would say as Witch Mama Kala. And now I'm saying it as podcast ranting Kala. Be good to each other. It costs nothing to be good to each other. Be kind. Be considerate. Understand that other people are going through things too. Not saying your shit ain't valid. Just don't shit on other people.
I'm dissociating over here. Anytime there's ranting, I'm like, no, I'm unfocusing.
Like, but the thing is, like, you don't have to worry about that because you are nice to people.
Yeah.
Like, you put out what you want to get get returned, right?
Yeah.
Karma. But, like, we have, like, a vast amount of people who are just, they, either don't care or, like, they can't afford to care. And that's another problem entirely that I'm not going to get into, because that would be more ranting. I'm not going to rant anymore. All I'm going to say is be good to each other, please. Be good to each other. Cal is mad that the world is such a hateful place right now. Yeah.
But, you know how I am like that.
Hurts my soul.
And how, like, I don't usually get mad at people. I don't usually... No. Yeah, I got pissed yesterday at the store.
What happened?
Usually when I'm with other people, I'm quiet as a mouth, and I try... Mouth?
I'm
quiet as a mouth. I'm quiet as a mouth. I try to blend in. I don't want it to be seen. So Nathan and I were going to get groceries, yada yada. We're at the checkout. He finds a last minute buy. One of those at the cash register last minute stuff. It's a fudge brownie with a bunch of icing on top.
Yeah.
And we're checking out. And I put all the light shit at the back. That's how you're supposed to do it. This cashier guy, I've never seen him before.
Oh dear. He
was so just, I don't want to be here.
And you could tell.
Beep, beep, beep. No conversation. How's your day? It's good. Okay.
Oh no. Beep, one of those.
Alright, well he gets to the end. And by the time, he had done, what Nathan and I have done, we did separate stuff. Nathan got some things on his own. He got the fudge, and he got a little side tangent that I haven't even showed you yet. There's one out there that is in a box that I haven't showed you yet, but since this is in the room, I don't gotta go very far.
Yes.
He bought a new Nerf gun, and he bought a new Sonic gun.
Oh my god.
It's America. So he was buying 2 Nerf guns and a fudge brownie. So he slides the Nerf guns down. And where did that thing fly?
I don't know.
Back! Anyway. He, new fidget toy. Anyway, he slides that stuff down, and he rings out the fudge brownie last. And he's like, okay, it's in here. Dude! And then he flips it upside down and slides it down to me. And I'm like, bitch, what are you doing? I didn't say that. But I was like, I flip it over quickly, and guess what happens when you have icing on something? It sticks to the roof.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, Nathan, you should exchange this. This is not right. No. And he goes, what happened? Look at the icing. And he goes, well, I don't know if I can exchange it or not. And the cashier's like, well, you can go to customer service and exchange it. So we did that. But that's the first time that I freaking just got pissed off and was like, no, we're not doing this. What's fucking wrong with you? Why do you flip it upside down?
It's like, he wasn't watching. He wasn't caring enough.
Yeah. I don't know where I put that thing. It flew out of my hand and I don't know where it flew.
I have no idea, girl. Oh, honey!
I put it back and I didn't realize it and then I sat on it. Lovely. Thank you.
You got it. I just saw it and I'm just like, well, that's where it went. But no, like, as somebody who, like, even when I was working retail and stuff like that, and, like, I was having bad days, like, I was, like, doing my best to be a nice person, and then I would, of course, you get the customers being dickheads, and, like, you want to hear some of my favorite retail hell stories while we're at it?
Yeah, we should.
Okay.
Sorry, this is going to be Mystic Fest /
We're all over the place here.
It's
like,
fine.
And what's even funnier is, like, if we compare, like, our experience of working Mystic Fest with how I worked retail, you're going to see a big difference, which is that people at Mystic Fest are nice.
And we're talking about weird people, too, so it's just like...
Yeah.
It's fine. I would love you to go into that retail hell story because I have one that I was wanting to wrap into a podcast somehow and I wasn't sure how to do it. So
okay, well, here's your chance.
Go first.
Okay. So I worked, and I'm just going to go ahead and name names because I give no fucks.
Okay.
No fucks given. I worked at TJ Maxx for about a year before I went to Metro college. And that didn't last very long. But, like, I decided, because I was doing school and work at the time, and I decided to just, like, go full-time with college. And I talked to my folks about it and all this stuff. So, I only had the year, right, at TJ Maxx. And this is before a lot of their, like, rebranding that they've had lately. And I've not been in a TJ Maxx since, I will tell you that right now. Anyway, see, now I had the greatest managers, the nicest managers who would stand up for me, and I had really mostly decent coworkers, so, good stuff there. Well, for a while, I was being placed in the dressing room area, okay? And if you know the dressing room at TJ Maxx, it's changed a little bit since then. It used to be where you could just, like, now they've done reno at that same location so that whole dressing room is one side is men's and one side is women's. The other time, before it was, men's was across the way on the other side of the store.
Gotcha.
But what they would do, and, like, obviously for theft prevention, for loss prevention, like, we had all sorts of things set up. And you could only take in 8 items, and they had to be clothing items, so pants, shirts, or dresses. You could not bring in underwear, bras, ties, any kind of accessories, no belts, none of that, right?
But you want to try on bras.
They wouldn't let you do it at this location.
Weird.
I think it was just because of the way that things were in that store at the time. They might have changed things since, but this was just, underwear isn't obvious. You don't try on underwear at the store. You're not supposed to. It's gross. I would not try on underwear. It would be a little bit unsanitary. But the point is, I had this lady come in. She had a bunch of crap, and a lot of it was accessories. We're talking scarves, sunglasses, that kind of thing. One dress.
But why do you need a dressing room to try on scarves and sunglasses?
There's mirrors in the accessory section. You can try them on there.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. So this lady comes in, and I had to tell her that I couldn't let the accessories come in. Because that was all pretty much all she wanted to do. And she got real mad and tried to argue with me. And I said, ma'am, I'm really sorry, but this is just a policy we have as a store. I'm not allowed to let you bring in sunglasses, scarves, and I kind of went on a little, like, mini list for her examples. And she continued to push me. And she continued to push me, and she continued to push me. And I said, ma'am, I would be very happy to call my manager to tell you the same thing I just said. I wasn't having it. I've seen all kinds of shit from at that point. I'd seen people try to steal things, like by stuffing them in other products to purchase those products, but not the stuff they stuffed into the products. Mm-hmm. You're not supposed to bring handbags in there for that exact reason.
People are devious.
And disgusting. There were some things that I saw in that dressing room. Thankfully, I did not have to clean it up because they called a hazmat team for it, but someone decided to change their child in the disabled big wheelchair accessible one, and they had another child in there who happened to be feeling a certain way that day, who had been screaming and screaming in there, and I heard arguing from the mom, and the baby was freaking out, and the child was freaking out, and then they just, after a while, things calmed down and quieted down, and they just tore ass out of there. And then I went to go and see if there was stuff to collect, because that's what you're supposed to do, you know, end of shift stuff. And I walk in to shit smeared all over the walls, the door, the mirror, the seat, the floor. This child had been finger painting in his siblings' poop. You were
gonna say.
And unfortunately, that was disgusting. And of course, it smelled really bad. And it was that child had peas at some point that day because the poo was green. But
before you went into that, I was like, they just left. You're not going to tell me that the son didn't just finger paint with his other brother's poop? Like, finger painting with his other brother's poop. I'm like, I know it. I knew it. Oh, you disgusting fucks.
Okay, so that's when I called the manager, and I was like,
not cleaning this.
And I said, manager lady, and I'm not going to say names for obvious reasons, but this woman was literally one of the best people I've ever had the pleasure of working under. She was a wonderful manager. She was amazing. She stood up for us. She did not tolerate bullshit. And if I wanted to learn how to do something else, she was just like, sure, cool, let's try this. I loved her. Awesome woman.
Nice.
But I called her and she's just like, what can I do for you? Because she knew it was me, because like the way the system works, like she could tell where the phone call was coming from in the office. And I'm just like, we have a very big problem. And she said, what? And I said, 3 words: diaper, child, tantrum. And she said,
fuck.
She actually did say fuck.
Fuck.
And then she said, excuse my language. And I said, no, I'm saying it too. Fuck. And she said, well, there's no more customers in the store, so you can say it as much as you fucking want. I was dead. I was absolutely dead.
She sounds like a wonderful lady.
Yeah, but she busted her she was a short chick, so like, so she came waddling over like as fast as she could, and she's just like, you said there was a problem with a diaper, a child, and a tantrum. And I said, I'm not going back there right now. I refuse to clean it. And she's just like, clean it. And I said, you might need a hazmat team back there. And I was kidding when I said it. I was fucking kidding when I said that shit.
Uh-huh.
But she went back there. I told her which one to look in. And she smelled it before she saw it. And then I just heard, are you fucking serious? And then she came out. Her face is fucking red. Like, really, she is red down to the neck. And she goes, you are not going to have to worry about anything here.
Yay.
And I was like, cool. And I said, and like, because I'd already been doing the rest of the closing stuff. So almost everything else was done. Like, I had already gone from, like, back to front to, like, pick up anything people had left. You know, and like do a little sweeping and the stuff that you have to do. But she put a hazard tape on the front of the door, and then she immediately picks up and she calls the people up in loss prevention and she says, hey, we have a problem, can you call so and so? And 10 minutes later, it wasn't that long because apparently they have a team in that building, because
That's good.
it's a building with a bunch of other stuff going on. And I just went up to the front to help, like, dust stuff down and, like, turn things around and, like, reset the floor and stuff like that, before leaving. And as we're getting the rest of it done, this team in literal hazmat suits comes in with cleaning supplies up the ass. And I'm just like, oh my shit. Well. And from then on, my manager had a sign made, a big one, in one of those big metal frames that, like, sits on the floor. Like, the ones that are huge, that are usually for sales and stuff like that.
Do not change diapers here,
like,
please.
no, if you need a diaper changing station, there's one in the bathroom. Looking at you, bitch, who fucking changed her child and let her other child play in it.
I wonder if she saw that in the future and was like, oh, that was my fault.
She might have done, I don't know.
I had that other story, but I have a few other hazmat-y stories if you want to hear those.
I want to hear all of your stories, girl.
Yeah, so,
This is, after all, Sisters InSani-Tea.
yeah, okay.
You spill that tea, lady.
So I used to work at a store, and I'm not going to say the name of it, but it was a grocery store. She's going to know which one.
Oh, yeah, I know, because I also worked at that same grocery store. It was my first job.
And I was a sacker. And, sackers, they get all the jobs for no apparent reason. And one of the stories is I was sacking, and they're like, well, can you go clean the women's bathroom, please? And I think we had to clean both of them. But, yeah, I was like, okay, sure, I guess. And, so we've cleaned the bath. It's normal for us to clean bathrooms, right? Well, one of my friends, a different day, had to clean the bathroom. She walks into the female bathroom, and
I'm scared.
just looks like someone exploded in there. Number 2, everywhere. She said it looks like someone just bent over and aimed at the wall and then came out into the sink area, and she said, I don't know what happened, but there was walls. There was poop on the floor, the wall, the ceiling, everywhere. It was just everywhere. And
I guess somebody had a really bad emergency and they tried to waylay it and they fucking failed.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So she actually was a very good coworker. And she spent 4 hours in the bathroom cleaning it. She decided to buckle down and clean it herself. More power to you, girl.
I would have left that for a hazmat crew.
Until managers came looking for her, like, where the fuck have you been for the last 4 hours? She's like, I was cleaning this bathroom. It was full of diarrhea. I don't know what to tell you. And I think at that point, there were still some, so I guess they believed her. And they're like, once you're done, go home. You don't have to stay here the rest of the day. You earned it. Go home.
Oh my god.
Actually, I don't know if they did this, but I'd be like, you can have tomorrow off too. I would give them mad respect. Another one, which is a really faster story, but I was sacking with my friend, and there's a line. So we had 5 or 6 sackers. The manager comes up, the store owner comes up and says, yo, we gotta clean up on aisle whatever. I'll say, we gotta clean up on aisle 5. It's baby vomit. I'm not gonna lie, it's baby vomit. The first person who volunteers to clean it gets to go home afterwards. And we're like, no, thank you.
I would rather stay here. I would rather stay here.
My friend and I were like, we're going to stay here. Nope, I'm not doing that.
I'm going to be honest with you. If it's vomit or poop, genuinely, like, if it's vomit or if it's poop, or any kind of bodily excretions, you should not be having people who are just sackers cleaning that. You should have a professional hazmat team or someone who is, trained for that to come in and do that, because let's be real with it. That's unsanitary. That is not okay.
Yeah.
Like, I get that, like, you want to make sure that it gets clean, but how about having it cleaned properly without, like, if you're a sacker at a grocery store or a cashier at a grocery store, or you do customer service desk at a grocery store, or you're just doing stuff like restocking, or you're on the whatever, you're not trained for that shit. Man,
Exactly. It's
you're
gross.
not trained for that. And it's also, like, kind of shows me how management thinks of the people that work for them, because you're, like, not even thinking how that could be harmful to other people.
Since we're talking about idiots in grocery stores,
There's a lot of those.
Another spill. It was Smirnoff, because for some reason everyone had slippery hands when they were touching Smirnoff. It was always Smirnoff. It was always Smirnoff,
Always the vodka.
ice, something. Yeah, and I was cleaning that up. It was on aisle whatever. I had caution on the end of the aisle, it was at the end, so people could go to the middle when they had to go back, because there was 2 caution signs. She was like, I just saw her coming and she wasn't turning around. I said, ma'am, she had a basket or something. I said, ma'am, you can't go through here. The floor's wet. I don't give a fuck or whatever. I don't know what she said. She came through at a high speed, slipped on her ass. The contents of her basket went everywhere. The contents of her purse went everywhere. I found like Tylenol or something like on one of the shelves after she left. Okay. She complained, right? And
Of course she did, because she's a dumbass.
I don't know what you want from me, bitch. I didn't say that, obviously. I was my first job, well, my second time. Oh, it was actually that time when I was working 3 part-time jobs at once. But anyway, what the fuck ever.
Girl.
It was my dad's job, the vet clinic, and it was okay. It was
You name dropped.
Yeah.
You said you were trying not to name drop, and you did.
Did I?
Yeah, you did. You just...
Oh, well, I'm editing it out, so I'm going to see if... I'm going to edit that out. Anyway.
Or just say beep, if you can put a beep on there.
Yeah.
But, like, considering the fact that, like, we both worked at this...
Yeah.
You know, I know it was probably a different location.
Yeah, it was the castle. Yeah.
But, like, that was my first job. And, it was one of those things for me that, like, it was not good. It was not an okay situation for me. Like, I did not enjoy working there. The people that I worked for were just not good at it at all. But
hey, the Christmas all-you-can-eat shrimp was the best thing ever.
well,
Oh, God. I wasn't even finished with the first one, but go for it.
well... I never told you about the creepy old man situation, did I?
Oh, but I had Maxwell go right in front of me without knowing once. That's a creepy old man. What creepy old man are you talking about?
I don't remember how long I worked at that particular location, but every time I was in, it was almost like this person knew when I was working, because it was always me that he went after.
Oh. Oh, wait, I think you did tell me this.
Well...
Like, tell them.
He was in all the time. He was in at times that I'm just like, shouldn't you be taking a nap? You're like 90. Your teeth aren't even in right, dude. Just go get that corrected.
Right.
Anyway, no, this guy would come in and he would get way too close to me and he would like brush up behind me. Oh, sorry. Oh, let me just get through here.
That gives me the creeps.
I know, it was the icks. Big icks. A lot of icks. And it was constantly happening. All the time. It was constantly happening. And at first, like, I told my manager about it. Like, I told my manager, and my manager was generally okay with stuff like this. Like, he would usually deal with it, right? But he never saw it happening. Because he always happened to be on the other side of the store, or doing something on the other side of the registers or whatever. And it didn't matter where I was. If I was sacking, or if I was restocking somewhere, or didn't matter where I was. This man once followed me into the back room!
You're killing all the headphone users.
Sorry, headphone users. But he followed me into the fucking back room.
That is gross.
And what was worse is he was trying to follow me up the stairs to the employee area.
Ugh.
Well,
what a creep.
He got busted that time because he didn't realize that the store owner was up there. And I was going up to talk to the store owner. Not about the man, but about something else. But yeah.
2 for 1.
And I'm just going up there, and I didn't realize he was behind me at the time because he was going real quiet. He knew exactly what he was doing, trying to be all sneaky and shit. I know, right?
Wolfie wants to come out and eat him.
He's probably dead now. No,
Probably, yeah.
because I would have been 15, 16, 17 at this time.
Oh, what a pedophile.
Right? Exactly. And I found out later that I wasn't the only young lady he was going after. He just happened to go after me every time he saw me.
So you walk into your boss's office and he walks in right behind you like, oh.
He walks in to, well, I got up to the, and the thing is like that location, the boss's office had a window looking out, that he was able to like, put a shutter in front of or whatever if he was doing something privately, right? And, stop. I'm not trying to be mean, rude in that way.
Yeah, I know.
But like, no, like,
there.
for example, if somebody was in there and they were talking and it was like a private conversation, he would have it shuttered.
Right, yeah.
But usually he would have it open. And although he would also have it shuttered and the door locked when he was not there. That was
Smart.
just, how he did it. But I walk up there and two things happen at the same time. First, he sees me, the owner saw me and waved at me, and I smiled and waved back because I was gonna go like check my clock time really quick before actually like meeting with him, really just to make sure that I wasn't like overtime yet. Always did that. They always had us do that. I don't know why. But at the same time, my usual floor manager who had been on break was coming out of the break room. So they both clock this dude.
Oh, jeez.
Behind me. And then I saw him in the reflection of the window. And I turned around and I said, "You're not supposed to be up here." And my manager was just like, "Sir, you need to leave." And then the owner comes out and he's like, "What is going on?" And I, being the girl that I am, who, even at that age, I was
Take no shit.
I was the type of person who was just like, I know this is wrong. And I looked at, I was like, this man has been continually harassing me for a long time. And at first I thought it was just because he was like, "Oh, you're a friendly, familiar face. Like, I want to talk to you or like ask you questions about stuff that is going on in the store, or ask you about because it was always like an innocuous question. Like, it was like a little question like, "Where can I find such and such item?" Or, "Hey, can you tell me about this flyer thing?" Or like this coupon, whatever,
Yeah.
And fine, that's part of my job, right? But like, what's not part of my job is having an ancient man rub his front end against my back end. Or try to. I would like really step away when he tried that shit. Which upset him big time. Oh, he would glare daggers at me for not playing along with his dirty little game. But this guy...
Dirty little pedo pencil dick game.
The owner, after it all came out. Like, I explained and I would say it to his face too. Like, I turned around and I said, "Oh, and then there was that one time that you rubbed your crotch against my butt." And then I had to step forward so we weren't touching. And then you pretended like you were just passing by. You think I'm stupid? I'm young, but I'm not a dumbass. Yeah, I didn't say that, but
Right.
The owner, I could see him. He had a daughter my age.
Ooh.
And daughter's younger than us.
He was like, "Oh, hell no."
He understood it, clicked immediately in that head. He knew. And he said, "Sir, you leave or I call the cops now."
I would have just banned him off the property.
Oh, he did.
Okay, good.
He did. And there are probably still, even if he's probably dead by now, because he had to have been at least 90. He was ancient. He was, using a cane and everything, like that sort of stuff. But like, I'm sorry, but what man in his right mind does that stuff?
Yeah. It's fucked up.
I mean, granted, this world is kind of catering to dudes like him, but we're not going to go into that.
So, going back to the crazy lady who slips on the water.
Oh, God. Sorry, I forgot that I interrupted
no, you're okay. That was quite the story.
I didn't, yeah.
She had called when she got home and complained to the owner that she hurt herself. She broke something. She wants compensation. And they kept paging me on the intercom, and I didn't know how to use the intercom at the time. And I asked the manager, or the owner said, I think they're paging me for some reason. She goes, oh no, her lawyers were calling and they wanted to talk to you, but I squared it away, don't worry. And I said, okay, thanks. And I was just like, well, I said, I had, but what is she, why, yeah. No, what the fuck, man? What the fuck, lady? Seriously? Like, trying to blame people for doing their job after they warned you that it's a slippery spot?
Not to mention there's signs up.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. Anyway.
People just want attention and money that they don't earn. My opinion.
Also, a few other hazmat stories. I know we're going into an hour now.
Right.
But, extended version, I guess. It went from, we can't get to an hour because we can't, till, it's more than that. Anyway.
It's really sad that we have all these stories that are so negative sounding. But,
no,
you know.
Yeah, no negative sent to any of the companies. That's not really what we're going for, but
it's just stories.
It's just our experiences. Anyway, Nathan told me that last week his facility had to be evacuated because 2 gallons worth of formaldehyde opened and spread all over the line, and it dripped down into the machinery. And so they said, well, you guys can either go home and out for an hour early, or you can work on the opposite side of the plant for an hour. And they were like, we're going to go home. Because apparently it smelled so bad.
It's not a good thing to inhale. That formaldehyde, you cannot inhale that stuff for long.
They actually had to get hazmat for that.
Yeah, I would say you would have to.
They also got hazmat for the dead fish that came out.
Dead fish?
At my plant, when I was still not a regular, we were working on the line, and what they do is they lift this thing up, and all the shit falls out so we can scan it and then get it to the right place. Well, the box had gotten stuck at the top. It opened, and a dead fish and all of its juices, because I guess it was in ice, and the ice had melted, so it was getting real gross, slid down, and we're like, no, we're not dealing with this, nope. And they had to call hazmat for that, too.
Blech.
I've seen some
that would have been
too.
Nasty.
Yeah, that was pretty
nasty.
Gross.
And what about the rest of the stuff on the line at the time? Like that would have all been destroyed, right?
No.
Or full of juice.
They would have to clean it off and try to. It still has to get to where it's going, but
well, obviously,
it's got to be like, sorry, didn't mean this to happen, yada yada.
Like something happened in
unforeseen circumstances. Anywho, to get to that original story that I was going to say in a podcast, but I don't know where to put it, and this is the perfect place to put it, thanks to you. You're going to know where this is, maybe. This is a gas station experience I had.
Oh dear.
In the last 4 years, I think. It was before. It was. My parents had currently moved here, and I think I was still at the apartment at that time. But we were doing something. We went out to dinner as a family. I was staying here with them for a little bit, and like an overnight, and we were gonna go home. And I don't know if I've ever told you guys this on the podcast or any videos, but I have diabetes insipidus. It's the salt version. When my meds do not wear off, I could drink this is only a liter, but I could drink a gallon of this and still keep going.
Right.
It's just, imagine being extremely thirsty, times that by 10, take a drink, it relieves it for 5 seconds, and then you're thirsty again. Which also leads to bathroom breaks. But anyway.
It has to be.
We're going to go home. And I was like, I'm really thirsty. I forgot to bring water, or I finished my water at some point.
And didn't have any more.
Yeah, because can we stop by somewhere? Can I get a soda or something to last me for this trip? Because we were all the way down by... How can I not give it away? Well, I'll cut this out. Anyway, we were somewhere in 2 major intersections, and he says, my dad's, yeah, okay, I'll stop by the nearest gas station. We pull up to this gas station. This is the creepiest gas station I'm going to say I've ever been in, and I've ever seen. Anytime I had to drive past it every night to get home. The open sign on this gas station is just... It just blinks sporadically. I don't know why they haven't gotten rid of it and replaced it. It's just open, 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 open. I'm like, okay. I walk in.
If it's the one that I'm thinking of, I never see it at night, so...
Yeah, you probably don't because you pass it in the day. If
I pass it. But I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So.
I go in. It is the smallest fucking gas station I've ever seen because they have gas pumps on both sides of the building. So they have tiny little building. I walk in. It is like really freaking weird. Okay. There is, to explain it, it's like walking into the store side was like walking into like a company, like a grocery store's freezer. Like, it wasn't that big. And on one side was the coolers with the beverages. There's another side with cooler and beverages, and then another side. It was like a small little U shape of coolers. And in the middle is like a coffee machine. And they had a gambling machine. They had a casino machine in there too. In the other side in the middle. I was so confused. I was like, what the fuck is this doing in here? So I get a soda or whatever. And there's this shady looking guy at the cash register. Not behind it, in front of it. He was talking to the cashier. He had a stack of scratch-off tickets this big. It's like he had just bought them. And he'd take one off, and he was scratching it. He would turn it in. There was a guy already waiting in line, so I was behind that guy. I stood in line with this guy for 10 minutes. Until they thought this was fine. No, oh no, you're not. Sir, you're getting a line. Maybe you can go do this over here and, and come back and turn them in all at once. You don't have to stand here talking to me, scratching them. Like, that never ran through their mind. Not kidding. 10 minutes later, my dad walks in, sees the situation, turns around the corner, because you have to walk all the way around to get to me. He stands in line next to me, and he goes, what's going on? And I go, I've just been waiting in line for the last 10 minutes. And the guy up at there was like, oh, sorry, you guys can go. I didn't know there was a line.
Bullshit, you were probably looking straight at him.
Right.
You're a cashier, you see this!
Well, it was the guy doing the scratch off.
Guy
I'm sorry, I'll move.
Why didn't the cashier say something? That's my question.
He was getting money back. I don't fucking know. That was the weirdest experience. And then I go out, my mom's like, what the fuck took you guys so long? And I don't ever want to be here again. I never want to come back to this gas station. I remember going to this gas station as a kid. It was so much bigger. Everyone thinks bigger as a kid, but it was the same size as a kid. I remember going in, it did not have those vibes.
No.
I don't think it had a casino machine at the time, so maybe that's why. So yeah.
That's so odd.
And then we passed it, maybe in the same year, and Dad's like, yeah, you want to go stop and get some pop? No, fuck you, keep driving. So now it's just a joke every time I drive by. And I drive by it every night going like, not today, Satan. Bye.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Because I do that with certain places.
Oh,
but
yeah. All my ex jobs.
You know that one gas station downtown? That one little gas station downtown that, just has those couple of pumps and it's just this tiny little place, but it also has like a deli inside and stuff like that. Yeah. I don't know if you've been in there, but years ago, I used to go there pretty frequently because of the situation that I was in at the time. You know the situation, because I've talked about this with you ad nauseum, and I'm not going to talk about it on podcast, ever, understandably. That place was just so full of crazies, every time that I went. If I ever go there again, because I think the last time I went, it was you and I went together.
Yeah. Wait, we went there?
We've been there, I swear. We've been there at least once, after or before an investigation.
Oh, there's a bunch of gas stations down.
I know, but I'm talking about the one that's on,
I don't know. Okay.
One of these days, we'll have to take a drive, and I will show you what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So you understand what I'm talking about.
I'll edit all the streets out, too. It's fine.
It's fine. We'll edit all this. It's edited. If you hear bleeps or see random glitchings, that's why.
That's the one I was imagining, because that's the one that has a for-real machine.
I love that place, though. I do love that place.
I do love that place.
But during the time that I was going there on a more frequent basis, we were going in the evenings and after dark.
It's a little sketchy, yeah.
Not a good idea. Not a good idea.
I've been in there after dark, too.
I don't like it. During the day, it's fine. but it's also an expensive place. It's a really expensive place.
At night, it's a different beast. It has an entire grocery store in there, too.
Yeah, it's like a little mini grocery store as well as, like, convenience stuff. And they had, like, deli stuff and ready-to-go eating stuff and ice cream and
when
for real.
When I worked at nights, I used to stop by there occasionally. When I was still at the apartment, I would get a for real on the way home.
I love those.
That place at night is weird.
Yeah.
And sometimes there was cops there, so it was like, okay. There was a cop table there one time that were selling merch for some event.
What? Weird.
I was like,
Interesting.
okay, well, at least you're here, so I'm not as freaked out.
Yeah.
Then again, we talked about this in length, I think, that one time when I got followed by that creep and he was on my ass.
Yeah.
I circled that gas station on that
Several
intersection
times.
close to you, and he was still following me until I called the cops. Then he left, and I didn't get his license plate. And so the cops couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
But I've been in that gas station for a long time.
Yeah.
I know that gas station in and out. I know that the truck comes at about 10 o'clock. The pizza truck. It has pizza all in the back. Because they have a pizza shop in there. Or some sort of cafe. One time... I was going to say something. I forgot. I've seen cops in there too before. I don't know what I was going to say about there. I had a sort of idea and then I forgot.
I don't know. But, like...
That's not important
It's
anyway.
so wild that, like, I feel like gas stations, especially, like, can be places that are, like, very like, liminal spaces at night. Because, like... Usually, you know, you see lots of people, they're bustling, there's lots of stuff going on, and then at night, it's just, like, creepy.
Crackheads.
Creepy and crackhead. Mm-hmm.
It's just like... when the creepy people come out at night, what's open still at night? Gas stations. So it's not their fault. It's just that's what usually comes out of it.
Yeah.
And drunks.
Yeah. But I gotta say that, you know, Cubbies, like, if someone's harassing you at Cubbies, usually you have somebody taking care of it pretty fast.
Yeah. I'll edit that out. But yeah.
'Cause
I'll let the name out.
there was one time that I was in there and someone was, like, being a total creepazoid with me.
Yeah.
And my ex was there and he was being an absolutely do nothing about it type at the time.
Oh, jeez.
For someone who was so possessive of me, he sure didn't give a shit when other people were harassing me.
Wow.
Awesome, right? Anyway,
Priorities, man.
right? He was too busy looking at the fucking coffee in the fucking fridge, like you know, the Starbucks things.
I didn't have enough brain cells anyway, so...
There was zero brain cells. It was all smoke. Anyway, smoke and taking advantage of young people. Anyway,
Gross.
I laugh or I will cry. Okay?
Yeah.
Trauma fun times. Anyway, the cashier happened to be, like, looking in that direction because he could see that spot. And at the time... and he just shouted across the whole gas station. He said, "Yo, dude in the whatever he was wearing." Sorry for the headphone users. But he goes, "Yo, you in the whatever he was wearing at the time. Back away."
That's nice.
And I was big-eyed and I was like flattening myself against the fridge and this guy just went, "Shit, I've been made," ran off. And it was really funny to me because the clerk was like, "Yo, man, before you go, come over here. I want to talk to you." Whipped out a camera, took a picture. It was a Polaroid, so it just came right out, stuck it on the wall. "You're banned. If I ever see you again, I'm calling the cops."
That's awesome.
And I was just like...
guys.
And I'm just grateful for that because I'm, you know, there's times when you, like, both as a woman as just as a person, like, you feel like nobody's helping, nobody's doing something, and these people chose to do something, and a toast to ya.
Cheers to you.
Indeed. Well,
since we're shouting at other channels, go check out Gas Station Encounters if you want
Oh,
to
I
see
love
some
them.
crazy shit that happens at gas stations. Gosh, since the encounters, guys are good.
We really enjoyed that.
Since we are running on 1 hour and 18 minutes, shall we get into tarot card readings?
Yeah, we should.
Alrighty. Put you here.
Putting you up here.
Put you on the
Huzzah.
again.
I like how pink matches my pink drink.
That's awesome. Alright, so... Sorry, this was kind of ranty, but I actually like how this podcast turned out.
Same. I think... I forgot you had 2 of those.
Yeah, I was like, where did the Valor one go? Oh, it's down the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 2 of these, because I finally brought the one that is...
I just realized how matchy this is to my dress.
Oh my god, it is.
It looks like it's not there, but it's here.
That's crazy. I forgot.
It camouflaged. Anyway.
But I have my more attuned deck. I had to bring it home. So, you want to shuffle this one?
Yeah.
Shuffle this one. We're going to do, for the first time ever on video, we are going to do 2 decks at once for tarot reading. So this is going to, the book! Stop being weird.
You cracked me up, babe.
No, he tried to fold one of the sheets.
No!
Ah, okay. Any hoozles.
You're like, any hoozles, and I'm like, shuffle time.
Why do you shuffle like that?
Because this is how I was taught to shuffle, and I can't shuffle any other way, otherwise it feels weird. But I
bends the cards.
Not if you do it right.
I think I probably say that every video.
You probably do. Because the thing is I'm not bending it when I'm doing that. Look what I'm doing. You see? I'm doing this, and then I just kind of let them fall. I'm not bending them.
Okay.
So that's why mine don't look bent.
So we're not going to spoil it, but we have an idea for October.
This one apparently just wanted to come out.
Alright. We have an idea for October. So, look out for some fun daily videos in October, guys.
It should be fun.
We're not going to get any views on those. On the daily videos, you don't get enough retention, not enough views, but I just want to do it for fun. Okay, guys, so watch us. Please give us views and comment. Oh,
well, a whole bunch of them came out. Oh, my Lanta.
I wasn't even focused.
The other ones tried to fall over. That's why I'm holding them like this.
Oh, God.
They just want to all be chaotic.
This deck is chaotic, but I love it.
I blame Loki.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so this one came out, so...
What reading is for today? This is a general spirit guide kind of reading for you guys.
Little messages that you need to know.
Okay, these 2 popped out.
I'm doing my usual 3 with these guys.
Okay.
Do we want to do like a back and forth where like I read a card, you read a card?
That's fine.
We can do that. So the first card.
Oh, we were just talking about this. That's funny.
Okay, pardon me, but this is the card that decided to yeet itself out of the deck and say, hello, good sir. And it's the Death card of the Runic Tarot deck. Okay? Now we know, and if we don't, let me just refresh you that Death is not as ominous a card as it sounds, okay? Death is usually also in tandem with rebirth or birth. Like, the death of something and the birth of something else, or the death of one habit and the beginning of something else, right? So, I'm going to guess that is a huge part of this particular... Oh, I love how you have another card in here for a...
Yeah, there's 2 of them in there.
Yeah.
Bookmarks.
Gotta grab this...
So I'm not used to this deck, so I'm looking this stuff up. I find it really hard to read this book. It sometimes just makes no sense, and you have to go by...
I would just go by that when I read those...
Yeah, but they're both runes.
Right.
So they're harder to just randomly read. For me, anyway.
Yeah, I could help if you want.
Okay.
But, it's funny to me because Odin is in this card. This is Odin in this card. And, so, it's the ultimate transition. It's literally the one change we can count on, right?
You're gonna love this card.
Oh god, I'm scared. Anyway.
You named your horse after it.
Oh, jeez. So, yeah. Transition from one state to another. It has a whole lot of affiliations with the Valknut card. Okay? Or the card, or the rune. You're being called to enter a new phase in your spiritual life, or you're having some kind of, like, awakening or rebirthing of yourself. And what I want you to do with this is to note that, yeah, scary change. Change can be scary, but it can also be really redeeming, and it can also be very, very good for you. Okay? But if you don't think that it's good for you, you might not be the one pulling the strings. You know what I mean. Especially when it comes to this damn card. Mm-hmm. And also, I've noticed that with this deck and with this deck, both decks, that the god on the card is usually talking to you for saying something specific. Why'd you grab that card?
Because you're gonna do these, because I'm not good at reading them.
Okay, that's fine. I'll hand you that. Here's that as well, so you can have it. And I'll do these. And you can do this one.
Okay, I'm really good at reading this.
I'm going to let her do her interpretation of that.
What I like to do is an amalgamation of what the first sight means to me, and then what the book says, so...
Alrighty. I kind of have a message that goes in tandem with these two cards.
Go for it.
And is it okay if I just go for both? Since they work together. They
absolutely.
work together. So, like I mentioned when I was reading the Death card in Runic Tarot, that this was, like, a transition, one state to the next. Could be scary, but it also could be very, very good for you. Now, these two cards are both runes, and they're both runes that I associate with this card every time. So we have Urus, which is your strength card. This is reminding you that you get to have strength during this period. You don't have to just sit back and take it. You need to take this as a message that you have enough strength for whatever is coming. Okay? You are not powerless. But the thing is that this other card is Isa, or stillness. Isa is known as the ice card for a reason. Stasis. Stillness. Quiet. And what this card is telling me is that you need a period of stillness. Okay? It goes with this. Strength and stillness. Put them together. Okay? And what I mean by stillness is stop being busy. Quit with the busy work. You need to have some time to meditate, to do whatever divination work you do, to listen to your guides, to listen to whoever you work with if you are a witchy person. You need to listen to your inner voices. Because remember that your guides are your guides, but they're also the voice of your inner self. So you need to start listening to that. You need to start listening to your intuition. Something about the situation tells me that you are missing a piece of the puzzle, and having some stillness and remembering that you do have the strength to battle whatever the problem is, will get you where you need to go. I think this is the end of your people-pleasing era, my dude. Whoever I'm speaking to, quit pleasing everyone and start thinking about yourself a little bit.
So I think these are in a different order than they're supposed to be. So we have the Five of Shields. So you see the guy, he's by the tree, he's looking a little broken, a little worse for wear. So right now, what you're doing is you're feeling a lot of uncertainty. You're feeling maybe like down and out, betrayed. Goes in tandem with this card. the Seven of Swords. So
Sevens.
yes. So this card symbolizes to me that it's time. If you're about to take your revenge, you're about to finish what you started. You're going to basically resolve this situation, and then I think this is where the Death card comes in. Whereas you're going to have your new beginnings now. You're going to put all this worry and stress behind you, and you're going to have a better future.
Yeah, and I honestly think that this ties into what I was saying because, whatever the situation is, the betrayal part especially, like, you know who did this to you.
Yes.
You are aware of who did this to you. You've had it in the back of your mind for a while, but you have, like, I'm not going to admit it. I'm not going to look this problem in the face. I'm going to ignore this because it hurts too much. It's too much. But let me remind you, if the people in your life are going behind your back and betraying you in ways that are not okay, that you want to hide from, those are people you want to leave your life. Mm-hmm. And if they are people that you have been feeling like you have to please, again with the people-pleasing shit, stop doing that.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. If someone has betrayed you or has gone behind your back or has fucked your trust up in some way, shape, or form, they are not for your life. They are not for you, and they're not good for you.
It's time to move on from that.
Choose yourself. Mm-hmm. Choose your peace. Choose your mental health, your well-being. And don't go back to this person. Whoever this is, burn that bridge. That bridge needs to die.
I've had this happen recently with somebody, and my best advice for this is to take a deep breath and just say, whatever happens will happen, and just try to make your life more focused on happy things. So move on, and you will be happier. So.
Oh, also, one more message from Odin. Give him the fucking hammer. Whack that bitch.
We need to not promote violence, but that is kind of funny.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying they have to be violent in this particular situation. I'm not saying that, like, you have to, like, hit the person. But they need to be aware of what they have done to you, and they need to not be able to get away from it so easy.
Yeah.
Because you deserve that closure, and you deserve that chapter to end with someone understanding exactly how they hurt you.
Yeah.
And carrying that into whatever section their life is going to be in. But that's not going to be your problem.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we are going to go into the last segment of our very long podcast. Thank you for staying with us. If you're
still here,
this long, thank you.
We apologize for how long it went, but
drop a comment down below that you stayed this long. What should be the word that they comment?
They should do an emoji of some sort.
Emoji.
Maybe an emoji, like
okay.
A clock emoji, because how long we've been here doing this.
Yeah, do a clock
emoji, or just a comment, whatever you like.
Yeah, or just say, I'm moving on. Or something, not moving on. That sounds weird in a comment.
Yeah.
Just be like, I don't know. Just give us a comment, say how much you like us. Like the videos, Whatever. I don't care. Do it you. I recently pulled this out of storage.
If you have been around for a while, you know what this means.
You know what? OG ASMR, and you know what this is. We also got some fun fidget toys. So.
Oh, we have plenty of those.
One of these.
All right.
Sorry, I accidentally hit you guys.
That's gonna be amazing. I can't wait to hear that back.
Yeah, we do. Trying to stay quiet for the ASMR.
somewhere.
Brush the camera. You brush this.
Okay. Ready?
Just trying to match my brushes. I hope that synced. Had something on your face. Get that off there.
session of nonsense.
I hope you enjoyed. We have another one to film, so yeah.
Wish us luck. We're already brain rotted. But we will see you next time on Sisters InSani-Tea, the podcast.
Do you drink milk in your tea? Do you need the milkman? Inside joke.
Housekeeping.